Hi. It's been a long time, man. Whoa.
I don't know why you came tonight. I don't just know why.
Well, I'm I'm here to bring some good news.
What good news is that?
Chelsea managed to score 1 goal today. Yeah, Chelsea managed to score 1 goal. But I've got good news for you.
How was that?
That Chelsea did not go below 10th position. Yes, Chelsea is doing pretty well, 10th position. As you can notice, even with them winning Manchester City, 10th position. Winning Arsenal, 10th position. Having Sanchez, who has been doing good for them, still at 10th position. Okay, even the Palmer, the penalty kick scholar, okay, still at 10th position. But then you ask, what is really wrong with Chelsea? Okay, but I think today really also showed that Newcastle United has resetted Chelsea back to default setting. Yes, because you can see a club that is okay. Today you say, oh come on, our young guys are out there, they are making us proud. We have a very young team, and today what are they complaining? They've even opened the books of Lamentation chapter 1 to say that they are too young. Okay, in fact, what is making rounds right now is that due to Caicedo did not start the game, that is the reason why Chelsea lost. My brother, when will Chelsea fans take it easy with these kinds of excuses? Well, it has happened, and well, the good news here too is that Chelsea has 1 full week for them to go back to the drawing board. The good thing about Chelsea this time around is that they still have 1 full week left for them to go back to the drawing board. Okay,
that's if they have one, according to.
But then you wonder, will Chelsea ever make it to at least the Conference League? You wonder, will Chelsea make it to the Conference League? Because look at the teams you have. You have Aston Villa out there that want to make their mark. You have even, in quote, as common as Brentford. These guys want to go to Europe. You have Brighton that is doing so well. Look at today, Brighton. Even when we thought that we were going to lose the game, they came back and won the game. These are the stories that you should be hearing from Chelsea. And Chelsea has spent so much. You can't take that away. And there's something I want Chelsea fans to note. Yes, I know that Chelsea over the years, the days of Abramovich, has shown that they are a top flight football club. But they should not also forget clubs like Nottingham Forest, Leeds United were up there in the 90s, True. In the 80s, doing so well.
And Nottingham Forest are even Champions League winners.
Okay. So that does not mean that Chelsea cannot go back to becoming such clubs. What if tomorrow Todd Bowley says that he's not interested again, that he wants to sell out this club? And what happens? Maybe a mediocre might now buy the club. No, I will not even say a mediocre. Maybe just a businessman buys the club and tells you guys, see, I cannot be spending these monies like these guys are spending. Chelsea are supposed to be very grateful. This is grace time for Chelsea. Okay? Clubs like Arsenal, Liverpool can't run this way. You cannot they don't have board or owners that can come and say, okay, I'm going to throw in £1 billion to buy players. Okay, so Chelsea, it's unfortunate that this is happening, but I don't see this club. I'm not attacking Chelsea at this point, but please, I don't see this club making it to the Europa Conference League. I'm not talking about Europa League, and it does not make sense. Look at today. We are privileged to watch Chelsea today, or the Chelsea fans were privileged to watch Chelsea on a Saturday like today. Reason, because they were playing Newcastle. And Newcastle has Champions League to play. If you are not playing football today in England as a top 5 or top 6 club, that means you don't have Europe to play on Tuesday and Wednesday. And that is just what's happened. And if you notice, Chelsea has been playing Monday football. But today, graciously got Saturday, and somebody is complaining and telling me that Caicedo came back late from South America, from the international games. What kind of flimsy excuse is that? When you have somebody like Bruno, Bruno that played today, that held the midfield, he played the game between Brazil and Argentina.
Yeah, he was there.
He was there. And you are now making an excuse for Caicedo. Come on. It does not make any atom of sense. So Chelsea should go back and wake up. Know that this is the Premier League and anything can happen. They should not, before you know it, they might just be like a mid-table team. And that will be it. And what will that mean? Investors will not come in. They will be struggling with funds. What if tomorrow, like I say, Todd Boehly says, I am done with this club. Please, let me sell this club. This club is reducing my money. What then happens? So it's a tough time for Chelsea out there.
So obviously, talking about this inconsistency, because we Chelsea fans, I will say all over the world, they are very disappointed. Judging from the past 2 games, the first one against Tottenham, Chelsea had these 5 tough fixtures, so we saw how they scaled through Tottenham, then managed to get a draw at Man City. So one would have been expecting this kind of performance against Newcastle, but like you rightly said, Newcastle took Chelsea back to default settings. So now, what would you really say could be the reason for this Chelsea's inconsistent? Why I'm so interested, if you notice, Pochettino was not even in the sideline because of the Man City game. So do you really feel that he has a part to play in all this?
Oh sure, he's the gaffer. He has a part to play, because this same Newcastle side that beat him black and blue today, or beat his team black and he's part of the team that beat them black and blue today. Eddie Howe was the one that has transformed this club, because when he was coming in as the Newcastle gaffer, persons like me did not have faith in him. Well, I was like, oh come on, a man from Bournemouth, what is he gonna play? But go and see his records. He's doing so well. He has averaged more than 52% win rate. Yeah. Okay, so for Chelsea to be playing this badly, I have to put some at least big chunk of the blame to the coach, because you cannot tell me that you have coaches like Eddie Howe that moved to Newcastle, that Newcastle did not even have the till date. Newcastle does not have the kind of squad Chelsea has on paper. Okay, but then they are doing wonders. They are playing football. They are bringing the ball down and they will play you football. How can Chelsea, even some person also, oh, come on, talking about James having a red card. You guys were losing 3-1 before the red card came. Just imagine if what happened to Tottenham happened to Chelsea, that they lost 2 red cards against the Newcastle side. My brother, it could have been a bloody Saturday.
It would have been a basket of goals.
It could have been that. Okay? And down to Palmer. What is happening to Palmer? What is happening to Palmer? In fact, today, the cold in Palmer was melted by Newcastle today. He was too cold. He couldn't do anything today. Such a sad one for Chelsea today.
Obviously. Now, very soon now, we are entering the very critical stage in the Premier League. Very, very critical. And by January, we will know who are headed for whatever they are headed for. So now, what would you really think Chelsea? I know, despite the fact you might have your reservations about a team like Chelsea, but let's assume you were to offer a piece of advice to them. Not as a fan, but just like, let me just tip you off with something. What kind of advice would you offer to the team and the management in quotes?
They should know where they are coming from, and they should know that the club that they are playing for is a winning side. It is Chelsea, for crying out loud. Even when Chelsea did not have good managers, even the days of Avram Grant, have you heard about him since he left Chelsea? No. Okay, but then they were winning. They were winning because they knew where they were coming from. Okay, so they should go back and look at themselves, go to the mirror and look at themselves and see it as a privilege for you to be playing for Chelsea Football Club. This is a winning side. They can't take it away from Chelsea. So whatever, you cannot just come to the pitch and you just be to chase a ball. You lose a ball and you just be looking, waiting for your teammates to go. You go out there, you put in your strength, put in your mind, like your life is in there, and play this game. Okay? Look at Newcastle United today. Look at how energetic they were, running. And you ask the question, and somebody will be telling me that because of this person came back from an international break, because this person went for. Come on, Newcastle. Which Newcastle player did not go for international football game? So I think, aside the coach, Pochettino too, for me, he's not. Come on, he's not so up there. If you ask me, yes, he's a world-class coach, but then I still do not see him as the best fit for a Chelsea side like this. Yes, one will also say, come on, Chelsea has been trying plenty coaches over the past 2 years, okay? But then I strongly still think that even without Pochettino doing his work, these players should also know that they are footballers, okay? And they are playing for Chelsea Football Club, the pride of London.
All right. Lastly, before I let you go, now in the course of this game, something very drastic happened. As a matter of fact, the third goal that Newcastle scored was actually caused by Thiago Silva. Because if you watch the expensive mistake he made, where the ball was pounced on by Julinton and then he fired straight past Sanchez, it was a very expensive. Actually, when Newcastle were winning that match 2-1. At least we had the momentum that we might equalize that game on. And all of a sudden, Thiago Silva does that kind of a mistake and then Jolinton capitalizes and makes it 3-1. You can see the morale of the team dropping. Now, let's talk about Thiago Silva. What would you really feel? Do you really feel maybe his time is really up in Chelsea and there's a need for him to just give way so that people who have the zeal and the future and the strength to carry on, do you feel the team just need to let him just rest? Because this kind of expensive mistake that happened today, I know Chelsea fans are not really happy with that. So what do you think about Thiago Silva?
For the fact that the coach is using Thiago Silva means that he does not have a better option. That's what it means. Yes, Chelsea has defenders out there, but that also means that for the coach to be fully dependent on him, that means that the person behind him is not doing so good for the coach to say, okay, go ahead and replace. And all these things shows, aside the match days, it also comes from during trainings. The coach has seen that this guy is putting work, he's training properly, he's disciplined, he's showing character. Why not? You have to play him. But then at 39 in Premier League,
39 years.
This is not Saudi Arabia.
39 years.
And Thiago is not Ronaldo. Okay? At 39 for Chelsea Football Club. Is even I hope he survives throughout the season. Let him not before the end of the season get an injury because somebody has wind his hips that he cannot walk any longer. The Premier League is not an Asian league. It is a fast league. So I think the reason why they even brought him in wasn't just solely and fully about him playing the football, okay, but it is about the leadership skills that he have, the character in him, so that he can also blend with the young lads out there, okay. But then the pressure is too much on him. They are giving him too much responsibility, as far as I'm concerned.
All right, we're going to draw the curtain at this point. Thank you so much for being part of us. I appreciate you, good, and I look to hearing from you if possible, in every games.
Thank you so much.
All right.